All right, everybody, this is our Unit 2 Day 1 notes, and I have decided to change up the orientation of my writing because I'm going to do a picture-in-picture note video. So I'm going to do the notes on this side, and we'll do the classwork on the left. Now, here we go. So we have, this is going to be Unit 2. This is Day 1 notes. I'm going to stop using a red pen. I didn't realize I grabbed one. So let me find a different color here. All right, what we have in this unit is what's called function notation. Functions. Maya, get your dog, please. Sorry. Functions and function notation. First of all, what is a function? Okay. A function is, by definition, a relationship that for every one input, there is one output. So let me draw an arrow here. For every one input, there is only one output. So let's get into some vocabulary, because these are words I haven't used before. Inputs and outputs. Okay? Inputs, outputs. That's the same thing as X's and Y's. That's the same thing as domain and range, which we'll get into. That's the same thing as X and f of X. This right here is function notation, where f of X replaces Y, and X is X. No, X is X, okay? So yeah, keep this in mind. What else is there for inputs and outputs? Domain and range, X and Y, f of X. Okay, this is pretty much it. Inputs represent the X value, outputs represent the Y value. And in a graph, here are all of your inputs along the x-axis, all of your outputs, there's arrows everywhere, along your y-axis. Okay, Y, range, f of X. And you can see this in ordered pairs. So X and Y. This would be called f of X. This would be called X, of course. And to throw something else more confusing at you, we now have X, comma, f of X inside of ordered pairs. So here we go. All right. Now, something to keep in mind, and let's write this down together. F of X does not mean, my dogs are going crazy. What is going on? Doggies. 1 second. Doggies, what's going on? Maya, what is going on with your doggies? Okay, f of X does not mean multiplication. Let's just put some nice little stars here. Multiplication. Doesn't mean that. I don't know what's going on with these dogs. All right, so f of X does not mean multiplication. Please put this in your brain as a thing. Now, another thing, this is going to be a fun unit. Another thing is that you could do g of x, h of x, l of x, j of x, k of x. The idea is that we would write f of x, and that's what we say, is said f of x. There could be some other letter there, g of x, h of x, a of x, y, not y of x, no. But anyway, so yeah. So we have inputs, outputs, x, y, domain, and range, x, and f of x. This is a lot of stuff going on here, but it all comes down to what you already know, x and y. I've just given you a lot more words for that. Now, let's take a look here at the coordinate graph on my picture-in-picture, and it's in slide. Input, see down here on the bottom in red? See? Red. Inputs run along the x-axis. Y is output. Input, ooh, what happened to my picture? I was at full screen. Input and output. The input is 3 and the output is 4. I have a link to this page in the PowerPoint. So this is linked up with the asynchronous notes. So input and output. All right, next. Let's see, maybe go here and then scroll down. I made it super large on my screen. Go to next. And then go back down. Full screen again. Okay. Slide me. Okay, sliding. Input, output. Now look at here. Ah! Back to full screen, folks. Look at what they did. Y is equal to f of x now. So if you look here, right here, my pen does not go over the screen, but y, I'm going to write this here too. This is important. Y equals f of x. What that means is that f of x for this unit now replaces y. We don't write y when we're writing function notation. So what you'll also see is, I'm laughing, and I hope you will too one day, f of x equals x. You're going to see this. So I'm not doing this to confuse you. What I'm doing is I'm showing you is that y, instead of equaling f of x, even though they wrote that in the thing, y now replaces, sorry, f of x replaces y. Okay, f of x is going to replace y. So when we would normally write y equals x in our, usual, now it's f of x. Okay. But no, f of x equals, hold on a minute, what am I doing? No, f of x equals y. No, okay, Miss Murphy, come on. Okay, so f of x does equal y. Let's stop right now. Let's cross this out. I should not make videos in the middle of the day. I should make them late at night like normal. Okay, so y equals f of x. Okay, so this right here is the x value. Now, what they should have done in that video is put f of 3 equals 4, because the input is 3. So what they have here is f of 3 equals 4. What that interprets as is the coordinate 3, 4, which you're used to this. You know this. Now, I want you to know this, that the xy coordinate now looks like this, okay? X in here, y here. So please disregard all this junk up here. Okay, so this is our day 1 notes, and I have linked in. Let me see if there's anything actually else I can add to this from the video. Let me go here, and then scroll down. Let's see what's on the next one. I think there was something good. Next. Here we go. Now this is what we're going to do in class today. Let's make this full screen. Maybe. Okay. So it says here, drag me. Okay. Or slide me. X, f of x, there's the point on the graph. All right. So notice that the f of x is climbing as the y would climb. All right. And then it says drag me. Look at here. All right. F of x is always vertical. X is always horizontal. Okay. And this right here would be a function. Because for every one input, let me scroll up here. For every one input, there's only one output. Okay. Now, let's go back to here and go to next. There's that train. It's reliably there. Let's go to full screen again. Here's another example. Slide me. Okay. X. Oh, here we go. Now they've done it. F of 2 equals 2.43. F of x equals y. F of 2 equals 2.43. All right? That's how we write function notation. Next. I love GeoGebra. It's the best. Okay. Now, this is a function. Input, output. Okay. Oh my gosh, every time. And then, see how the values are changing. When x changes, y changes on any relationship. All right. Okay, so these are the notes you need right here and for day 1, and we'll get into more details in class.